This is Mark with Borderline Skate Media, and today I'm going to show you how to tune a snowboard. Any of the tools or materials that I've used in this video I will leave in a link down below in the description. It's snowing, and on the East Coast this is like the first real snow, hopefully for the mountains, that we've gotten, and we'll have some fresh snow. It's kind of raining here, probably hear it in the background, but further north and higher in elevation it's all snow, hopefully. But that means today is Tune the Snowboards Day. I keep the boards and board bags in the basement over the summer, and I find that it helps keep most of the rust off the edges and the dust off the top and the bindings. Just keeps a nicer board. We both bought these used. The bindings are both pretty good. Toe straps. I'm going to work on my board first because it's most likely in the worst shape. But I've got this tuning kit you can buy, and I'm going to put on some wax. What I do is I just run my fingers over the edges and find any burrs. But I've got some rust here in spots, not too bad. Probably just rub it with my polishing stone. See this rust here. And I actually found a burr. I can certainly tell that there's a burr there by rubbing my fingernail over it. If I do it slow and hard, it just basically stops my fingernail. So I have to file that out, or at least rub it off with the sharpening stone. And there is some rust on here, so that means that I just kind of have to take a couple passes. As you can kind of tell, my board's not in amazing shape. It's got chips off of it, and the front's got some chips as well, but that's not too bad. This is the Dakine kit that I use. It's got a wax scraper, a buff pad, some fill pieces for edges, or if you have to fill your plastic on the bottom. It's got a file for if you've really got to get rust off. This is my sharpening stone. And it's got some wax up here, but I don't ever really use that. It's basically like if you're sharpening a knife. I don't know if everybody knows knives, but this is like the last step in your knife, very fine. And you just use it to knock down any edges. There's some rust there. And there's two edges to your edge, basically. There's the bottom edge here, and there's the side edge. And you want to keep this pretty sharp if you're going to be on the mountain. But if you're going to go free riding, you might want to knock down the edge so you don't catch it. Call that detuning. Here we go. You hold this straight to the edge. You gotta keep it spaced with my fingers. And then you rub it. Rub any places it's rough, if it's not shiny. You basically look for rust and burrs. Run them down, make a couple passes. And that's usually good. I do one whole edge first. Yeah, it's a pretty good spot of rust there. Getting everything pretty rusty. That rust will eat away at your edge and eventually pit. And that's like a burr you can never get out. You have to completely buff it down or file it out. If you're nice enough to your board, you won't have to use a file. Use it very similarly to the edge tool. I like to line it up really straight and make long, straight passes instead of buffing passes. Whole edge with one edge. or just that one spot. You don't really want to scrape away your bottom plate or the wax that's on here right now. You can tell that the file is rougher one side than the other. Obviously one's going to work. I've got this 1-ball J all temperature bio green soy wax. I like to watch after the environment, so hopefully this will help. Make sure you cover the entire surface of the board with wax. I like to use this Black & Decker workbench that folds up and hides pretty much anywhere for my waxing. I like to do all of my waxing outside so the scrapings and drippings don't get on the floor or carpet on the inside. Once you've got the wax on, it's time to take it off. And you spend a lot of time scraping almost all of it off. It's good to make sure that the wax comes off the edges as well. This is probably my favorite part, is the buffing. Get a nice shine on there and make sure there aren't any clumps left. So both of our boards now have a nice new wax and sharpen, and we're ready to go snowboarding tomorrow. I'm pumped. This is Mark signing off. From everybody at Borderline Skate Media, we would like you to have a shred-tastic day. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell button, and see you next time.